In this video, we're breaking down what is X402, a payment protocol allowing AI agents to autonomously transact. We're going to be breaking down what it actually does, who is backing it, and why this unlocks a $30 trillion market. Look guys, the X402 ecosystem has exploded overnight. We've seen projects hit $70 million market cap, 700% in the last 24 hours. Guys, if you're not learning about X402 now, you're going to be left behind. So who is behind X402? X402 was actually built exclusively by the Coinbase team. However, there is an X402 Foundation that has been co-founded with Coinbase and Cloudflare. Now, of course, Cloudflare is a huge Web2 infrastructure company that it literally powers nearly 20% of the entire internet. Okay, guys. So these guys are very big and have huge influence over the internet. And they've co-founded the foundation, which of course is there to basically stimulate the ecosystem growth and potential of X402 with Coinbase. So guys, this is serious stuff. All right, guys, let's start right at the beginning here. Let's start with a visual reference so you can right away see exactly how X402 is going to work with your favorite LLMs such as ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, you name it. And as you can see here, Coinbase posted just 3 days ago a 3-minute video of exactly how this is going to look in those LLMs. So let's play this, guys, so we can all see it together. Now, as you can see here, you can actually just log in with your email address. So super simple, no seed phrase necessary. You can just fund your wallet here, ideally, obviously, with crypto, with a stable coin from Coinbase, but you can also do it from Apple Pay and even from your debit card if you wish to on-ramp, guys. And as you can see, it just pops up there right in the browser. Very simple to use. And as you can see here, the developer has basically said what's in the bazaar. So there's an X402 bazaar that allows you to actually look at all the different integrations, basically. They're integrating X402 that will allow you to kind of tip the service in order to use it. So here she's looking at all the different agents that are currently available with a certain spend limit. Okay, guys, so one of the really cool things is that you can actually set a spend limit on your X402 agent, so to speak. So you can basically make sure that you don't overspend, especially because these are going to be happening autonomously on chain. You don't want to overspend and burn your whole budget. So you can put a max spend per API request and also a max spend for the whole session as well, guys. Okay, so she's going to show us what that actually looks like here. And as you can see, the transactions are building up autonomously here in your transaction history. You can see that right now. It's coming up on the screen, guys. So really interesting. You can see exactly how your agent is interacting with various other endpoints. And what this is actually allowing, guys, is a very different business model that we haven't been able to have before. Now, previously, you had to pay $100, $200, maybe $300, let's say, for a Meridian news service or even aiXBT, to get that alpha. But now, using X402, you're able to make micro payments, in which case you're only basically paying what you use for, which really is going to bring down the barriers and open up some really exciting business models to the market, guys, and make things ultimately a lot more affordable and fair in terms of paying for your actual uses of your project. So look, guys, here's a quick example of how it looks visually. I think it's very exciting what they're building here, and it's also important to say that even though Base is behind a lot of this, it's also available in other big ecosystems such as Solana, Polygon, and a bunch of others. Okay, all right, guys. So if we head over to CoinGecko, you can see here CoinGecko have already launched their own X402 ecosystem category on the site, which is always a good sign for a category that's heating up. And as you can see here, the market cap is already above $100 million of the projects that are in this ecosystem. However, that's only split across like 12 or so projects here at the moment, guys. And there is other projects that are not listed here currently that will be added over the coming days. Now look, as you can see here, it's crazy the gains that these projects have been getting. You can see Santa here up 156% in just the last 24 hours, 447% up this week. Crazy numbers, guys. You've also got Aura also up 481% this week. Gloria up 154% this week as well. And Karam also 189%. So you can see lots of triple-digit growth here, guys. So the excitement is palpable. And as you can see right at the top here, there's a project called Ping, which is basically the first meme coin launched using X402 Rails, let's say. Okay, guys, so they've been tapping right into that very quickly and using the word ping, which is quite famous, I suppose, in terms of internet infrastructure literature, so to speak, and they seem to be doing very well. In fact, they tapped $70 million market cap very recently, guys, and it doesn't look like they're stopping anytime soon. What I would say is that there's a lot of hype around this now. Obviously, we're very early. Like, look at the market caps here, but if you do see a candle like Santa up 156%, do I think it's going to keep going? Yeah, of course I do. Would I buy into an 156% pump? Probably not, right, guys? Let some sellers sell, wait for it to find some support, and if you still feel like buying in, then buy on support. Don't buy into heavy pumps, guys, okay? And also, for those of you that watched my daily DeFi videos back in a few months ago before in the summer, you'll recognize Gloria AI. Gloria AI obviously launched on the Genesis launchpad for virtuals, and as you can see, Santa is also a virtuals project. So virtuals is also part of this ecosystem, of course, as well, guys. And Gloria is a really great news service run by the founders and the founders of Crypto Briefing, which is an OG news site, and they've been building it for quite a long time, Gloria AI now to be the de facto AI agent crypto news service. So super interesting. And of course, everyone's trying to get their alpha these days from AI. So I can see lots of pings, lots of calls to Gloria, obviously coming up. But the real question is, this is all well and good, guys, but how is this going to generate more price action on the token? Because that's what we care about at the end of the day. Even if they're being used more and more, how is this going to basically get the flywheel effect and the deflationary, obviously, token model into these different tokens? So that's something that I'm interested in. That's something that we're going to explore later on in the video. So HTTP 402 has basically been sat on the shelf gathering dust for the last 30 years, okay? Getting a credit card payment or using Bitcoin even was just not feasible for using a payment gateway within HTTP because of how long it would take to actually settle. But now we have layer 2s, we have stable coins, we have very, very fast transactions and minimal fees. It means that HTTP 402 finally sees the sunlight, guys. And if you actually look here at how easy it is to integrate X402 into existing software, you can see just a single line of code in your app and you can require a USDC payment for each incoming request. Now, you might think, is X402 just a fad? I'm telling you now, it's not just a fad, guys. Why wouldn't any existing educational alpha provider, anybody, not use this? AI agents has been a big problem. AI in general, there's been lots of lawsuits, lots of cases, from the New York Times and many other big media outlets of AI basically just using its data for free to educate itself and then go and monetize that. There's been so many court cases, but now finally, using X402, there's a way for AI agents to actually start paying autonomously for the data and the educational data that they're using for each and every call, an API call, and that's using USDC here, as you can see. And it's so easy to integrate. Like I said, one line of code, that's it. If a request arrives without payment, the server responds saying no, and if X402 allows a payment and they have money in their connected wallet, they'll let it go through. Simple as that. You can think of X402 as a bouncer, a bouncer in the club with HTTP 402. Do you have the money? Yes. Do you not? Better go home, buddy. Okay? So simple as that, guys. And as you can see on here, it actually really explains to us why this is actually useful now. As you can see, credit card, too expensive, takes too long to settle, there's chargeback risk. PayPal, again, 3% markup, takes days to settle, chargeback risk. Even Bitcoin, guys, takes 10 minutes, whatever, to settle, too expensive, and takes too long. You don't like 10 minutes for a website to load or for your API request to be fulfilled. But with X402 on base, for example, you can see how much the fees here, so cheap, so quick, no chargeback risk. This is really what the intersection of blockchain and crypto and AI has been waiting for, guys, okay? There's a website here called X402 Scan, okay? Now, X402 Scan is a analytics dashboard and block explorer. So if you're wondering, Aaron, okay, the price action looks good, but who's actually using this? Good question, okay?
You're gonna make me blush.
Now, this X402 Scan, you can think of it like Etherscan or BNB Scan or whatever is your favorite blockchain that you guys use to check out your transactions. And as you can see here, it has all the global statistics of the X402 ecosystem. So actually, in the last 24 hours alone, there has been 315,000 transactions, guys, okay? Which is a lot. And you can see the volume here as well, which has been rising steadily. Buyers, sellers, there's been lots and lots. Obviously, as you can see here, buyers, I suppose, would mean people that are actually using the payment rails and using AI and then actually paying the different providers for their service. And of course, sellers would be the sellers making money from the USDC that's coming in. Now, as you can see, that's steadily rising. And yeah, really interesting to kind of see this data. They also have a resources page here as well, ecosystem page, which is basically allows you to check out all the different innovative projects, tools, and applications that are built using X402 technology, guys. Okay, so there's about 30 or so projects here at the moment. I'm going to drop this link in the bio below so you can check it out yourself. But there are some projects that instantly stand out to me. Of course, we've already spoken about Gloria AI, and of course, Heurist as well is another one that's been basically at the forefront of this, guys. As you can see, the first Web3 native AI research platform powered by X402. Users can pay per query with USDC to get comprehensive multi-page research reports generated by AI agents with no API keys or subscriptions required. Very, very impressive, guys. Of course, in crypto, education is money at the end of the day. If you get in front, if you learn what the next narrative is going to be before it happens, which is why you watch this video, then of course you can profit from that. So I think Heurist has been doing very, very well as well, guys. And of course, Meridian as well is another one here, a multi-chain facilitator with developer first features, has been doing very well in the last 24 hours, has been blowing up. Questflow, which is of course basically integrating with Santa by Virtuals, the orchestration layer for the multi-agent economy. Now, Questflow doesn't have its own token, but Santa, I suppose, could be a quasi-token for Questflow due to its integration there, orchestrating multiple AI agents to research, take action, and earn rewards on-chain autonomously. Autonomously being the key word here, guys. And there's various others that you can have a look in your own time, guys. Like I said, I would drop the link in the description below. Now, let's talk about different models. Now, I spoke about this earlier in the video. aiXBT, if you guys that remember, aiXBT, you needed 600,000 tokens to use its terminal just a few months ago. And that actually equaled like $150,000 or something ridiculous. So nobody could really afford to use aiXBT. And then suddenly, a few months ago, they came out with a model that allowed you to pay $250 a month, which is still a significant amount of money for most people. But you could then use it and start getting to the terminal. And now, they're obviously going to start integrating X402 into aiXBT, in which case anybody watching this video can definitely afford to start using aiXBT. So you can query aiXBT over X402 on base. They're testing it right now, but again, you can use it for anything that you'd have used it to before. So projects surging on X, emerging metas, plays flying under the radar, etc. So pay-per-use with stablecoins via X402. And that's a great example of how this is going to break down existing payment models. Those huge big monthly, retainers that would cost you 100, 200, in this case, a fortune with aiXBT, and now those walls are collapsing, guys, okay? You can see how this can be used with media, with the likes of CoinDesk, Bloomberg. You can see how this would be used also with alpha agents like aiXBT, Nansen, and many, many, many more. The users are going to grow. Now, again, the question is, how does this impact the actual token price? Now, this still hasn't been really discussed. There still hasn't been any projects really announcing that they're going to start using the income from X402 to start burning their token or give deflationary models. That's something that I'm looking for, guys, because obviously this is going to take off and there's going to be significant sums that are going to be paid to these businesses. Now, how are they going to use that? For aiXBT, for example, if you had to own 600,000 tokens to use the product, then of course that 600,000 aiXBT tokens then had some utility. Now, of course, using X402, what is the utility of aiXBT? aiXBT fans, if you're watching this video, comment below, guys. Let us know what you're thinking. And if you're bullish on X402, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Comment below, which projects are you most bullish on? Which projects have you purchased in the last 24 hours? Do you think it's going to 10x from here? Guys, let us know in the comments below as we continue this video. All right, guys, let's touch on 3 of the most promising projects that are currently really fueling the X402 ecosystem and getting a lot of hype. Firstly, we've got Santa here by Virtuals. As you can see, 180% up in the last 24 hours. Absolutely phenomenal growth here, guys. Set at an $18.833 million market cap. You can think of Santa as an infrastructure for the AI agent economy. Okay, guys, they're actually backed with a recent round of $6.5 million raised by the likes of Delphi Digital, Animoca, Hashkey Capital, and more. Okay, guys, so if we actually head over here to the website, as you can see, they call themselves the Swarm of Autonomous Network Task Agent. Okay, so that's what Santa stands for. It's not Christmas, guys. It's not Christmas yet.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the
Swarm of Autonomous Network Task Agents. And if we go further down here, we can actually see their manifesto. So they're talking about autonomous agents, real contracts, no humans needed. Actually, we know this stuff, guys, okay? Basically how this works is AI agent swarms on a base handling real Web3 operations autonomously. So Santa can tap into the likes of CoinGecko's API, CoinGlass's API, and you can actually create, using Questflow, little dashboards that actually bring all of those APIs into one place. And you can actually showcase those dashboards to others using Questflow, all with Santa basically using this cross-collaboration platform of different AI agents, okay? So very, very interesting stuff. As I told you, it's backed by Hashkey Capital, Delphi Digital, Animoca brands, and looks to be at the forefront here of the breakout for X402. All right, guys, next up we have another exciting project that's up 200% in the last week, and that is Heurist, okay? Ticker HEU. Now, Heurist is actually building a decentralized AI compute network, okay? Now, think like Render Network, but meets a payments layer for AI agents. That's how I would frame it, okay? Now, Heurist actually have 2 main products here that I'm just about to go into. So you can see they've got Heurist Mesh. Now, Heurist Mesh is quite similar to Santa in that, as you can see here, it uses X402, and you can select all your different Web3 agents and, of course, pay using X402 protocol. So you can see here they've got Trending Token Agent, they've got CoinGecko Agent, Solana Token Info Agent, Screener agent, etc., etc. And basically what you can do here is select all of your agents, get them going on what you would like them to do and to research, and basically set it all up here using the Mesh product. But Heurist itself, it's not just the orchestration layer that I'm showing you here, it's actually building its own decentralized AI compute. So it's actually got the architecture behind it as well, which is very, very bullish, of course. Now, they've also got a deep research product here as well. So AI-powered research that goes beyond search. And again, this is really, really simple to use because you can just start your research here, obviously connect your wallet, type in as you would on ChatGPT, and then it will automatically start plugging in to those services which they can tip using USDC on X402 and get you those multi-page reports back, guys. So for Heurist as well. So for those of you that love, your in-depth content, and it's going to save so much time. This is all native Web3 on-chain using X402. So very exciting stuff, guys. And of course, Heurist as well does also have some strong VC backing. They are backed by Amber Group, which also backs some other strong projects, especially in the AI agent and AI def AI space, such as Ribbit Capital, guys. All right, guys. And finally, we'll go on to our last recommendation for this video. Okay, guys, the final token we're going to highlight on today's video is Meridian. Okay, now Meridian, as you can see, took off hugely yesterday and actually went to over $4 billion market cap. It's now consolidating at around $2.5 million market cap. But what is Meridian and why should you be bothered about it? Well, look, here's the website, Meridian. As you can see, X402 payments, rails for the agent economy. Very nice, very flashy website here. But it's basically the payment infrastructure protocol that provides payment rails as a service for AI agent frameworks. Now, how is that any different to what X402 is? Now, this is how I want you to understand it. X402 is the protocol itself, okay? But Meridian is the infrastructure layer built on top of it. Let me tell you more. Now, Meridian actually has something which is a reputation system, which obviously isn't built natively into X402. So that basically allows X402 to handle the transaction standard, but Meridian tracks which agents and services are actually reliable and actually ranks agents and services so other agents know who's to trust, which of course is very, very important, okay? Now, not only that, it also has arbitration and escrow, which of course are two important things in payments. So it handles disputes, it protects against bad actors. These are all instances where if we're going to having millions of transactions that are actually going to be necessary and need to be figured out. So it can actually hold funds until the service has been delivered, which is really, really interesting. It also does cross-chain routing, guys, so it allows execution across different chains such as Solana and different EVM networks as well. So really, really interesting. And we really like buybacks. We like deflationary tokenomics on this channel, guys, if you watch me regularly. So the key feature about the buyback is that 70% of FDV is allocated to a lifetime cashback rewards for agentic transactions on the X402 protocol. Okay, so that's a 2% cashback rate that decays as transactions over time accumulate and volume grows. And that means, of course, that Meridian does have a deflationary model if and when it gets adoption. So super interesting there. And also, if you actually head over to Nansen, there is a lot of AI data showing that smart money is moving into Meridian. Guys, none of this is financial advice, okay? I'm not telling you to invest in any of these projects. I'm just giving you some alpha on which projects are kind of leading the market in the X402 ecosystem. Of course, there are many other projects that are building here, and I'm sure we're going to hear about tens, hundreds, potentially even thousands of them over the coming 6 to 12 months, guys. But look, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all we've got time for today. If you're excited about X402, bang at that like button, guys. Put something in the comments below. Let us know what projects you're most interested in and excited about. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.